Look at some optimism coming from Malaysia's biggest lender, Maybank. Profit rising 27% to a record boosted by its takeover of Kim Ong Securities in May. Let's get more from the company's growth and prospects with the CEO who's cautiously optimistic. Abdul Wahid Omar joins us live from Kuala Lumpur. Good to have you with us, Mr. Omar. So the world seems to be slowing dramatically, but you think Malaysia may be insulated from the problems in the U.S. and Europe?
I wouldn't say that we are inflated per se, but obviously there are concerns out of US and Europe, and that will somehow affect the demand for our global products. But having said that, Malaysia is transforming. There are a lot of economic transformation projects that will be coming on stream that we believe will spur the local economy. And that's why, as much as the environment is very challenging, we're still keeping to our 2011 growth forecast of 5.1%.
Okay, that's right. That's the economy will grow at the low end of the central bank's forecast, I believe. But it's also too weak, you think, to take another interest rate increase until maybe next year, right?
Yeah, I think given the slowdown in the global economy, we reckon that the pressure to increase interest rates will not be there anymore, not only at least until the first half of next year.
Okay, first half of next year. So what about Maybank's profit? We saw fourth quarter numbers jumping 27%. I mean, are you going to be able to keep this up for, say, the next few months or so till the end of this year?
Well, it's been a great financial year for us. We closed the year at 4.45 billion ringgit. That's just about $1.5 billion US. Our prospects for next year, we believe, will be relatively good, and we are targeting an even higher return on equity for next financial year.
Okay, well, let's also talk about opportunity then, because as we know, Maybank's bottom line boosted by your Kim Ong Securities takeover that was completed in May of this year. Now, recently, Maybank pulled out of merger talks with the RHB because of concerns over price. Would you maybe revisit this option once again?
Well, it is still early days in the sense that we have made that decision based on the circumstances surrounding then. We said that we will stand down. There's not been any change in circumstances, and at this moment we're not looking at the proposal at all.
Okay, what about acquisitions elsewhere? Because the ringgit itself, Malaysian ringgit, is up about, what, 3.5% or something like that against the US dollar so far this year. I guess in these depressed times with prices, some are saying at bargains, would you consider going elsewhere to look for acquisitions?
Yeah, thanks, Susan. Just to be clear, we remain focused in our domestic and regional operations. By that I mean in Southeast Asia. Growing in Southeast Asia means that we will need to look at some of the markets that we don't have presence in as yet. One noticeable gap is Thailand, if you like, as far as retail banking operations is concerned. The Kim Ong transaction has given us access to the market in terms of Kim Ong being the #1 broker in Thailand. We obviously will be looking forward to being given the opportunity to look at a Thai opportunity over the next few years. But I must say that we're not in a hurry. Our focus remains on organic operations, if you like.
Okay, organic operations. But doesn't Maybank have this ambition to overtake Singapore's DBS by size in this region? I mean, you need to add on size and some weight. Would you be interested, like, could we expect, say, maybe a purchase in the next 12 months or so, or are you just going to hold on the sidelines for now?
No, I don't think we are targeting any particular bank. From our perspective, what is relevant for us to be one of the biggest operators in this region, especially by 2015. The reason why we are setting the timeline by 2015 is that that'll be the year when ASEAN would become an integrated economic community, if you like, and for us to be able to play a meaningful role, it is important for us to have presence, a solid presence in ASEAN.
Okay, Mr. Omar, one more question for you. Maybank really bought up Kim Securities for its broking services. It's as you seek to, more to help underwrite more IPOs and fundraising. What about the IPO pipeline? Here in Hong Kong it was a record year last year, but we've seen that dissipate as we get into this market stress. What about for Maybank? What are you seeing? How many more companies do you want to take to market this year?
Well, the addition of Kim Eng into the Maybank Investment Bank organization has done well for us. That has enabled us to sell and distribute equity products throughout the world. And we've been very busy in the months of June and July with some record-breaking IPOs. Obviously, there's still a few deals in the pipeline. I'm not at liberty to mention any specific deals. There might be a slight reduction given the challenging market currently, but I think market will pick up. And when it does, we will be there, not just originating IPOs or transactions from Malaysia, but also from Singapore, Indonesia, and Thailand.
Okay. Mr. Omar, thank you so much for your time this morning. Abdul Wahid Omar, CEO of Maybank, joining us from Malaysia.
Thank you.
Now let's get to some other stories making